everybody. Oh, welcome to this class and of course this launch of a brand new kit. I'm super excited to be sharing with you what we're going to be doing. But first of all, let me show you what you're going to be able to create. Now, the kit actually does come with the notebooks, and I've chosen to paint the design directly onto the front of this. You can see that these colours are absolutely exquisite on black. You are going to get that full collection of paints. So this is what we're going to be painting. I'm going to be showing you step by step how to create something that is simply as beautiful as this, but everything that you need is included in the kit. So the very first thing I'd like to do is show you exactly what you're going to get. Now, it's an incredible saving. If you are a Club Highlight member, you're paying just £41.15. We've got an item number up there to help you find it on the website, but let me go through this bundle because it has got literally everything that you need. So first of all, you're going to be receiving two of, in fact, let's do it this way because it makes it easier for you to see it all. Look at that pile. Imagine getting all that through the post. So you're going to get all 5 of the paints that you need. So you've got our blood red, you've also got dark brown, you've got leaf green, amber and white. Now, if you are somebody who's been a collector of Cadence paints, this is going to be my go-to set of colours for the next month or so. So we're going to be using lots of it. We've also got 2 of the Reeves art books. Now, they're called sketchbooks. I love them for journaling, writing recipes in them. They're branded Reeves, which this is actually on the packaging, so that will come off when you open it up. But I'd just like you to see the quality of the pages. There are 80 pages in here, 120 GSM. It feels much heavier, but that's because there's a little bit of tooth on the paper. It's great to paint on. You're going to get some really fabulous results. So you are going to get 2 of those. Hello to everybody who has just joined in. Sophie, Elaine, Samantha, hi, how are you? It's good to have your company. Now, you're also going to get 4 sheets of graphite paper. And I'd just like to share with you the size of these sheets. They are quite large and they'll come folded up. They're folded with the wax side inside. Now, do you know what I love about this is the fact that in this show, because I'm talking to you directly, because I haven't got another presenter here, I'm going to have so much more time for me to share tips and techniques with you. And one of the things about this that I think is really important, and hello to everybody that's just joined, is this waxed finish. Until you get it, you won't actually have felt what it's like, but it almost feels like a bit like a greaseproof paper in my fingers, but it doesn't rub off on your hands. However, wherever it touches, let me just do this for you, it will mark. So you can see I've actually created some marks on the book there. Now they will rub off, so don't worry about that, but literally the lightest touch and it makes a difference. So it goes wax down, and then on the top it's almost like a matte finish. So that's the way that that's going to work, and you're going to get 4 sheets here. So you can use it again, again, again. Keep using it, fold it back up so the wax is inside. I even cut mine into smaller pieces. So cut it into the size that you want for that particular design. And you can use this, literally dozens and dozens of time. Right, we've got them back in stock. Oh, I felt like I'd lost my right arm when I actually didn't have these to be able to show you. 20 brushes back in stock. I'm afraid the price is a little bit more expensive than it was previously. Of course, everything has gone up. They're the same fabulous quality out of the same factory. They've done a fantastic job for us. And if you want these on their own, they are £24.99. Check that price. You're paying £41.15 instead of £91.44 for this whole bundle. Then you've got these. Now, this is Collection 6, brand spanking new. You're the first to see them. It's our web exclusive. So what does this mean? This is brand new. I can't wait to be sharing this. It's the simplest idea, but it is the most effective. You have got the patterns. You're getting all of these individual patterns. They're on the right thickness of paper for you to be able to transfer this image onto any surface. Now, we don't want it any thicker than this because we need to be able to make sure it transfers evenly. We don't want it any thinner than this because we need it to be durable. So I've tested a lot of different papers to get you the right one. Now, this is our composition. They look fabulous. Imagine the one that you're seeing up there is actually this one. That's what I'm going to be showing you, how to actually use this and paint. But I haven't finished because there are even more. They are brand new. You are getting those. Let me show you, just as a for instance, with everything in this kit, you're going to go from this, using your transfer paper, to this. That's the effect that we're going to get when we work on this. But we haven't finished because there's even more in here. So that's the set of patterns. So this is about learning composition. It's about learning placement. It's about learning how to make the most of what you're painting. So I'm seeing so many of you painting now, and hello and welcome to all of you that have just joined us. It's amazing to have such a big group of people. What you've done is you're starting to paint. You've mastered those strokes, okay? Some of us are not happy that every single one's perfect, but it's coming. We're getting that consistency. Now we need that composition. That's what you've got here. But I wanted to make this kit complete. And I've actually included the actual pages to teach you these particular strokes. Now, Perfect Blooms are the set that give you all of those individual little strokes. The little ones that you won't have learned so far, that you're going to need to be able to learn these strokes. And the way that they work, as always, we load the paint onto our brush, we come directly onto the surface. When we finish, we wipe it off and we're ready to go again. So a quick recap. You are going to get all 4 of Perfect Blooms. You're going to get all of the painting page sheets, all 4 of those. That's our collections volume 2. You're going 6, I beg your pardon. You're going to get the brushes, you're going to get the books, you're going to get the transfer paper, and you're going to get the paint with a massive discount at £41.15. Now, you're probably thinking, that's great, I'm watching you here on Facebook, but you haven't told me where I can go to shop. The link is actually in the description of this post, and you're going to go to highlightcrafts.com where you'll find everything, including anything else that we may want to be able to craft with. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel because it's the best place to learn. Right, I'm going to paint for you because that's what this is all about. So let's start off with the transfer paper. We're going to place that over the top, and then we place the transfer image over the top of that. So you choose which of the ones that you want to work with. In fact, I'm going to do 2 blocks of painting for you. So I'm going to do, the first one I'm going to do is, let's take this one. And this is great because what you can do with this collection, because you've got these 2 sketchbooks to work with, look, you can work out which way you want these to go and how many of them you want on this thing. So there's a couple of options you could do. You could cut this piece out so that you can layer it and place it wherever you want, or you can work with it just and keep it in the full sheet. I'm going to tell you a little secret. Why don't you photocopy these so that you've always got a copy of it? This is on a 140 GSM cardstock or paper. You need between 120 and 140. If it's any lighter, it's much, much harder to work with. So I'm going to take my transfer paper and I'm going to place that down. I'm going to place my flower over the top that you can see here. And let's just draw it in. I'm going to work with a pink pen so you can see where I'm going. I'm starting on the outside and I'm working my way in and transferring the design. It doesn't have to be perfect because, of course, remember, no two things in nature are the same. Nothing is perfect. It's all about our own personal perspective. Congratulations, Stephanie. You've ordered your bundle. I know you're going to absolutely love it. Please give me some feedback. I'd like to hear what you really think of it, because I also would love to see what you paint with it. So there's the first design. There's my reveal. Right. And that's all about this. This graphite paper is fantastic. It works on so many different surfaces. It's also available in charcoal as well. And it's $5.99. So let's take the $5.99 off that price, and you can see that you're paying such a small amount for everything else that I've got. Now, I've got my good old-fashioned palette, which is a cello bag or piece of old packaging with a piece of black card in there so you can see what paint I'm working with. Our other options are these little bad boys, and I love them. This is palette paper. And it's so easy to work with because when I've finished, I tear off that sheet, drop that in the bin. No washing, no cleaning up. Super, super easy. And the reason I'm going to work with this now is it also makes me work in a smaller footprint. So look, I can get both of these on my pad, on my design. And I can get this on here without taking up lots of space. Now, the palette paper is available on highlightcrafts.com. I'm also going to be on Create and Craft this week with lots more designs and a different bundle. So if you're loving this technique, you're going to love the results we've got. Right, let's look at this. I wanted to do a little bit with you about choosing the right size brush because I get asked this question a lot and we have never covered this properly. So this is the pack of Painting Perfection brushes, 20 of them, 10 round, 10 flat. What is great is the quality. They are superb. Now, you've got a nylon bristle brush, very fine filament. So that's like saying it's the thickness of a piece of thread or a piece of rope. This is actually the individual filaments of nylon. And I think you could probably have up to 4 of these in your kit, and you probably wouldn't even think you've got too many brushes. So we've got a 20, an 18, a 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4 and 2. Going the other way with the round brushes, a 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, an 8, a 6 and a 4 and a 2. Now I'm going to show you a couple of different things that we're going to do with these. We're going to paint with the round and the flat brushes in this set. So let's just go over to our paints. We're working with a hybrid acrylic. It's manufactured by a company called Cadence, who are based in Turkey. They create the best quality paint. And people say to me, why do I need Cadence? Why can't I use another brand? Well, let's look at the consistency of this paint to start with. So we're going to start off by giving it a little shake. So just a small shake, and you can see that it will hold its shape when you're working. You can do the same with the blood red, and this is a fantastic colour. It's got a lot of depth of pigment in it, really nice deep creamy shade. This one, the amber, I think you'll agree is a colour that you see a lot of in nature, particularly in flowers. Look for it next time. You see this in daffodils. It's just there, a hint of. The next one that I've got is I've got my leaf green. Now, I've got to share with you, everybody. So you guys know that I've got my producer director talking to me in my ear. He's just said, oh, yummy, you look like you're about to sauce up a burger. We've now got the green. He reckons I've got barbecue ketchup and mustard there. And then the white. So I've chosen all of these colours to give me the best possible result. Hello, everybody who's joined us. It's a real pleasure to have your company. Thank you so much. Elaine, hello. I'm actually on Create and Craft on Thursday. Just going to check the time for you because I can't remember whether it's 4 or 6, but I will definitely be there. Right, so this is how we're going to get started. We're going to pick up a corner of the green paint. And I'm going to stop at this point because I want you to see what this looks like. The green is going halfway across the bristles. I'm going to turn it. It's the same on the other side. I want you to look at the end of it. Let me just share that with you. We'll see if we can get a shot of that. I think Andrew's coming in for that. The top of the bristles, this part of them, there's nothing on there. There is no paint. It is literally only on that end. And this is important because this is something that I'm seeing on brush loading where when you're frustrated that your colours aren't right, it's this bit that's going wrong. And I'll do a little bit of troubleshooting on this show when we do it at 6 o'clock tonight. So I've got that green on one side. I'm going into the white on the other side. Sophie, congratulations. You're going to love this, guys. Absolutely love it. I've also got a giveaway. We're going to put a book on Facebook at the end of this. And we will, it'll appear between now and 6 o'clock. If you put your name down, one of you is going to win, well, what I paint. So basically, it's this one. Somebody's going to win that. Okay. Right. Back to this painting then. So keep an eye on Facebook. Right. So I'm up on the top of the brush, right on the chisel edge of the brush. And I'm just literally going to touch it to my book and drag it down following the design. Oh my goodness. Why didn't I think of doing patterns for you sooner? I am so sorry, everybody. I should have thought of this because, wow. Now I know where to put my leaves because the design is there waiting for me to put the leaves on. I'm looking at where else I need to put them so I can put the leaves down and I can do it in the order of everything that I've got on my page. Look at how simple and easy that is. I'm making sure they go behind the flowers. So my flower is going to sit beautifully on top. Oops. Spoiler alert, I should have put that bud in first. But we won't worry about it. I'll still show you how to make that right. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put these on while I've got this colour on my brush. And I'm just going to slide and come up. Look at how easy that is. Press down, slide. And where in the past you've struggled to know where to finish the stroke, having these patterns, using your transfer paper, it is game-changing in accuracy and helping you with your design. Right, the next part of this that I'm going to do is this bud and the floral part. So I'm going to go into that red, into the white, and we're just going to load both those colours. Now, the red is stunning. It's a colour, as we've already mentioned, called blood red. And I really, really love the way this colour just gives you that fabulous, really strength of colour. But did you see there, I picked up a little bit of the amber. And that amber's given me just a tint on the edge of the brush. So it's giving me a little hue that I want to use. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do this bud up here. So I'm going to start off, we want that white to the top. So I'm going to come up there, up on the top of the bristles, come back down like that. So I've got that little bud in. Now, it would have been easier to do if I'd put the green over the top of it. That's why these image sheets are so important to you. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to carry on as I am just now. So I'm now going to put in this petal at the back because it's, oops, done the wrong way. So come back here. So now if you go wrong, you literally stop and come back over it. Okay, I'm not happy that I really like that. So I'm just going to take a piece of kitchen paper and I'm going to clean down this brush, just wiping it off and getting some fresh white and some fresh red, coming into a different patch in my actual palette. Look how neat this is. I'm using hardly any paint. You guys ask me all the time, what do I do about the waste paint? Well, you know what? If you've put the right amount out, we shouldn't really have any. That's nicer. Much, much happier with that. Next thing, let's go out for these and let's look at the other ones. And if you're unsure where to go next, get your pattern page. Have a look at this. Go back in, examine the individual petals and see where they need to go. So this one is going to come out there and then come back in. So happy that I've got that in the right place. Just going to come back on. I'm going to put this one at the back, in, up, stop, come back down. Oh, I'm liking these colours. They're looking great. Up, stop, come back down. Now, I've got this piece at the bottom that links the stem and the flower itself. So I'm going to put that in. And we're going to do this one literally the way we do our rosebuds, like that. So we've popped that part of it in. I'm now going to come back out here, out to the edge, come back in there. And I just want to bring it into that top base. Got a little tiny bit of black showing, which would be nice to cover. So, you know what, let's freestyle and put an extra petal in. There we go. I'm loving the result I've got there. And look at the difference it made, putting the stem in first, taking the stems behind the flower. Really, really happy with what I did. But now we need to put those stamens in, and we're going to use a bigger brush for that. So I'm actually going to go to all the way up to a size 20. And that's interesting because when you look at this, it's really quite delicate. So a 20 flat, and I've picked up my white and a little bit of the brown. Hello to those of you that have just joined us. We're increasing in numbers as we speak, which is fabulous. I'm going to be back at 6 o'clock doing another session with you, and I will do a different set of flowers. Right, this bit, I've got white here and just a little bit of brown, a little bit of that chocolate on the bottom, the dark brown, really, really the tiniest little bit. And then here, supporting my hand, using my little fingers, giving myself a little bit of extra steadiness, and I'm just going to touch. Look at that. It's a perfect stamen. Touch. I'm just going to touch. Let's put another one in there. Touch. Touch. Oh my gosh, these are such good fun. I want to do more. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it just as it is because I'm really happy with that and that as a finished design. But I'd just like to take the chance to show you a little bit more because I promised you flat and round strokes. So we'll pop that one to one side. Let's take another one and show you a different design. So when you open these books, the easiest way of opening them is to go down that bit of the spine. And trust me, I've opened a lot, so I've tried them all different ways. Then this, I would actually keep this as a painting palette, but for the purpose of today, unfortunately, I'm not. Right, transfer paper lays on top. Remember, we don't touch it or press down because we don't want to actually get any marks on our work. come into the design. So let's look at which design we'd like to do. I'm looking at them, I'm thinking that would look fabulous in the middle. I do like the idea of doing these flowers just in that bottom corner, would look great. And I think I'll save doing the big bouquet for later. Yeah, let me do that. Let's do this one. So, right, this is the next bit. So, what we've got here, I'm just going to trace round the outside. No, look, what have I done wrong, everybody? I know. It's not going to work without the magic. So we need that magic in there. So now we're going over the design. Okay, so start off by tracing the outline edges. The other thing that doing this does, it helps you almost get in your head what your composition is going to be like. You start to get a little bit of where you're going next. You know, that little bit of how to. And by using a coloured pen, it definitely makes a difference because I can see where I've gone. I'm not missing any of the key design lines that I need that would actually guide where my painting's going. You'll also, as you trace this, you'll realise that some of the flowers are not complete. So this one, for instance, is just those 2 petals. So we keep going until we've traced the whole design. I'm not going to worry too much about the dots that are in the middle. These little extra dots I am going to put in because that's going to be their sort of composition positioning dots, which I think could be useful for me. So I'm just going in here. That's a leaf that's right in the background. And for anybody who's wondering, you know, my water, I have got water on the table. I'm not using it to clean my brushes. My brushes at the moment are on the side, resting on my palette paper, and have not been anywhere near any water. There we go. Super happy with that. So I'm going to come back into my palette paper, and I'm going to pick up some of this paint. So here we go. Just some white and some green. So double loaded on my brush, white at one end, green at the other, rainbowed across the design so that you can actually see where those 2 designs are working. Do you know, I'm just going to share this with you. I've just painted wearing my glasses and sat there thinking, this is crazy because it actually looks a bit blurry. It's because I've got the wrong glasses on. So I'll get them. Well, you're going to see much better painted now. Right, so let's put these leaves in the background. There's one there. There's one there. There was one in the middle here. So there. There's definitely one here. So I'm just stroking the brush, pulling that chisel edge back together again. Oh, I've just remembered. I actually have still got a couple of places left at the weekend. If anybody's interested in coming and having a weekend with me painting, have a little check it out on the website. We've actually, I've just literally just remembered, very, very small groups. It's really important that we've got small groups so I can teach you one-to-one. Okay, right, up there, look at this. I'm wiggling it. But that line is helping me so much. Go up and round and then just wiggle it so I know the direction that I'm going in when I'm working, and then into there. Now this second leaf, and in fact, let's take a tiny bit of the brown. We're going to just change up that green a little bit. So I've picked up the smallest amount of the brown on the edge where the green is, but you'll notice it's darker. It's giving us just that extra little bit of shading. And then here, again, just in there, the surface of working on these pads, these booklets, is fabulous. Yes, I'm going to speak to Diana and see if we can get a big bundle of them on the website for you, because these would make amazing gifts. And on the paper that you've got here, imagine doing these as notebook gifts if you sell your product. I'm loving what I've got there, but I now need to get bigger. And if I'm going bigger, I'm going to need a bigger brush. So we mentioned brush sizes. This one isn't anywhere near big enough to be able to get into, look at that, I'd really have to splay the bristles. Whereas when I put this one down, it fills that space. So we're going to make sure that we're working with the right brushes. Thank goodness we've got that set of 20 back in stock for you. And you can see that what we've got here is just super easy when I'm just sliding the brush there. Very, very happy with that. Now, I know without the pattern that I've just had, I wouldn't have put my leaves in those positions. Those positions have really helped me build up my composition. So I'm ready to now put in the next elements of the design. And the leaves have been put in first so that as we now build up those flowers on top, we can make the most of getting them in the right position. And I'm just going to go into this collection that you're getting, which is your actual page. Sorry, I've picked up the wrong front cover there. It's this one. It picks up the designs. So the way that we're going to do, so first of all on here, you've got those wiggly leaves that I've been doing. You've got all these different individual little flowers that you could be working with. And then we've got the cornflowers, which are just a lovely additional extra. So let me come onto here, and I'm going to pick up the amber and the white. And I've changed my brush size down, and I'm now working with the number 14. Plenty of paint on both edges of the brush. So we need the white and the amber, making sure I've loaded it really well. And as a rule of thumb, when you're doing this part of the brush loading, don't let it ever be longer than the ferrule here, okay? And I'm going to pick up a tiniest little bit of the red, and let's look at how this looks. So these little leaves are up and back, up and back, up and back, up and back. Now I'm running out of white paint, so I'm going to pick up a little bit more. Then I'm going to go up and back. And that leaf is actually the one that I used that stroke to do this. I just did it slightly bigger. Oops, just going to get that off there, because if this is going to get given away, we don't want to spoil the front for somebody. Okay, so let's go into here and start doing some of these other leaves. So I'm just going to pick up amber and white this time. And here I'm going to do some of the ones at the back. Up and back, up and back, up and back. Right, now, where else shall I go? I'm going to go here. And then that's a complete one. These are a few that are not quite so complete. And it's fluffy on the end, doesn't look good. Let's go back on here, back over it, up on the chisel edge, back down. More paint. I can feel it running out. It feels like it's dragging. Up and back, up and back. Okay, I'm liking this. Going to go back over that one because it looks like it needed it. I've got another one that I'm going to get a tiny little bit of red on. And we're going to come in here, up and back. I've got another one there, up and back. Let's take a little bit more of that amber and white. I've got a few behind here, so up and back. You'll notice how they go in different directions as well. It's absolutely what we're looking for. We want that little detail there, like that. And for those of you that have missed out on the beginning, and Sue, you've just asked, can you watch it back? Absolutely. What we're going to do is we're going to keep it on the Facebook page, but we'll also put it on YouTube later. So I've only picked up white this time. Why did I do that? Well, here you can see this petal. This one looks like it's got a lot of amber but not much white, so I wanted that in there. I think I'm ready to pick up some more of that red now. So I'm going to, this time, I've got amber on my brush, but I just picked up the blood red. Then here, then a bit more. And a massive thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm just really, really thrilled that you actually are loving this painting. And I'm seeing such fabulous work. And, you know, anybody who's coming for to the summer festival and the next one, the spring festival, gosh, if you're not, guys, get in there, come and visit, because I'm going to be teaching you. You know, we've only got 10 people in a class. It's the most affordable way of you getting to do face-to-face with us. Really affordable. And you learn or make 4 different projects in a day. If you want information about it, email me. Check out the Academy website. You can see so much. Look at the difference when I put that little bit of yellow in. Really just sort of makes it pop, doesn't it? And then, you know, guys, any of you that have literally just joined, everything that we're using in this little show, we've put a little bundle together, and you're actually going to save. How much are we saving, Andrew? So you're going to save £50. £50? I can tell Diane did the bundle. You're going to save £50 and 29 pence if you're a Club Highlight member. If you're not, just why wouldn't you be? It's free. And £41 and 15 is what you're going to pay. And don't forget, guys, you can use PayPal, spread the cost, and all of those other ClearPay and all of that other stuff as well. You get the option to do all of those. I really like the way this has turned out. Now, I'm going to put some little dots where I put the little dots. I'm going to put some of those. Oh, when you do this, everybody, really important. This brush must go into the bottom of the paint. So it must touch the bottom of your palette, because that's where you get this little pointy dot on it on the end. So when you then touch, you get perfect good circles. So look, I didn't touch into my palette there. That one's not quite as circular, but that's what we want. Let's touch these in like this, and I'm just putting 1 or 2 inside the pattern. And now inside my flowers, I'm going to go, what am I going to do? I'm going to do some of them with the amber. Let's put amber in these ones, and then I'm going to go with the blood red into some of the others. And I've got a little bit of that blood red and amber coming in here, just finishing that off. Now that has taken me literally a few moments to do, and the results are fabulous. So in this session we've painted, that's the first of our books. This one is the second, and at 6 o'clock I'm going to combine them both and paint the third. Just want to give you a quick little reminder of what we've got. So this is the collection that we've put together for you, and it's £41 and 15 pence. I can't tell you how affordable that is. The brushes have gone up in price, but we've got them back in stock, and you're getting them as part of this bundle. So save yourself over £50. You've got 20 brushes. You've got 2 of the notebooks. You've also got your set of 5 paints. They're the colours I've used. Your painting pages. And, of course, you're also getting the actual designs that allow you to put the compositions together, plus the graphite paper. Doesn't get much better than that. Now, I did get asked what it's like to paint inside the book. So let's do a quick one for you. I'm just going to swap books because that's got some dots on the front. I don't want to spoil them. I'm going to take the inside. Now, my white transfer paper will just about show up on this. I'd suggest you need the darker one. So I'm going to paint freehand for you. Let's start off with some of the green and some of the white. And we'll take a little bit of that mustard because that's pretty good and a very cool colour. And let's see which way we're going to go. We'll go up here. So I'm just going to go a little twist and then a line. Oh gosh, it's nice to paint on. This is a great practice pad. And I'm loving that little bit of texture that you get if your paint runs out. Now, what that means is it looks like it's meant to be like that. So what a great way of us getting extra dimension. I'm just going to bring in here another stem. So I've got the two of them going on together. Let's swap brushes. So we'll go to our number, let's see what we've got here. I'll use my number 14. So I'm going to go into the red, into the white, back onto this part of the painting palette because it's dried. So if anybody wants this, it's called palette paper and it's on the Highlight Crafts website. So here, like this, and I need the white on the outside, and I slide the brush up and I slide the brush down. That's it. It's as easy as it is. Then if you want to put a leaf around it, or you want to put the detail around it up and down, let's just literally hug that part of it. I'm going to go up there too. So we've got that actually in there. Then we're going to go white and red. So first petal up the top. So once you've practiced with these, you'll find that it's really, really easy to just remember what you're doing for the design. So I ran out of paint there, so I picked up a little bit more. Next one we're going to do, we're going to come out to the side and back into the middle. Then I'm going to come again out to the side, back into the middle. A little bit more down here, back up to the middle. And just another one down here, back up to the middle. So you can see how I've laid in those elements of it. I haven't put in the bottom of it. I'm doing this as a much more open flower, so it's as if the stamens are all exposed. And then I need one more that's going to come out here, quite small, like that. I really like the way that that's coloured, so I'm going to go over this one again and try and get that similar kind of colouring. Love it. We're there. So now we need that large brush again, because we need a number 20 to make this bit work. Just going to dry this off. A bit more of the white. Load that into the brush, really pushing it into the bristles. Tiny bit of the brown. More of the white. Let's go again. Little bit of brown, and then let's touch these stamens in. There's one. Oh yes, they're lovely. There, little bit there, tiny bit more of the brown. Oops, get you up. A little bit more brown. Oh, I have to know when to stop because they're so good fun to put in. But there you go. There's another one of our lovely lilies. So everybody, super fun. Please enjoy your notebooks. Don't forget the deal that we've got for you. Thank you for your company. I can't wait to see you again at 6 o'clock. And for those that can't make it at 6, I will see you on Create and Craft. Is it 4 or 6? Oh, we're going to check. I think it's 6 o'clock. We'll tell you at 6. Don't forget, this is the deal we've got for you. Save over £50. It's £41.15. It's available from Highlight Crafts. Everything that you need to get painting. It's been my pleasure to have your company. Thank you, and enjoy your painting. Show me pictures. I just want to see what you're up to.
If you want to see more from Highlight Crafts, make sure you click the like button. Subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below and click the bell icon to receive notifications of all of our future content. You can also click here to see our latest video or click here to see more videos like this one.